Uh, it's Wednesday, July 9th, and welcome to the regularly scheduled July meeting for the New Canaan Parking Commission. It's 7 p.m. and we have a quorum, so I'd like to call the meeting to order. First order of business would be the approval of the minutes, the draft minutes from our special meeting on Monday, June 16th. May I have a motion to approve those minutes?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
Wonderful. Thank you, Katie. And Kevin, it looks like you're it in terms of, I guess I can second, but anyway, all righty, super. So we're good with that. Wonderful. We have a very short agenda here this evening, so I think that's why most of us, those available, have zoomed in, and I appreciate those of you who are in person at Town Hall as well. And I'd like to move on to the second item on the agenda tonight, and that is our appeal for the parking violation by Ms. Help me in pronouncing your last name, please. Gu?
Yeah.
Good. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you. And as I understand it, I was looking at the documents earlier, Stacy. It was difficult, frankly, for me in the copy that you sent to really make out the photograph. So I did have a couple of questions. I see that the ticket was in fact issued at 2:41 p.m. But I don't see what
I didn't
time.
share the copy of the photograph because basically it was just showing that she was in our town hall parking lot. So she was given the ticket for parking in our town hall parking lot and not actually being in town hall. And that's why I have Mike here. He is the officer that gave out the ticket. So I would like Miss Gal Gu, okay, she will, I guess, start her appeal and share with you what happened, and then Mike will share with you, why he had ticketed her. So if that is good with you, and that is why it was just a picture of her in a parking spot. It wasn't like she was across a crosswalk or, anything like that, so I didn't. And again, next time I will include that as well. So that is on me. I apologize for that.
Okay, no worries. I just wasn't sure I was seeing all the pertinent information,
Yeah.
other than I know, because this kind lady says that she was in fact at town hall, so I didn't know if that was corroborated or if there was a special time that the photo was taken or when, whatever. So I'm
Just so you all are aware, we have been asked to monitor that lot because a lot of people have been utilizing that lot. And it's now a very busy time with taxes and everything, but in general, a lot of people use that lot and do not come into town hall. So it has been asked of us to monitor that lot and make sure that anybody parking in there, especially during our business hours, are coming into town hall, and after they are finished with their business in town hall, they are supposed to be leaving that lot, even if they are to stay in town, to make availability for other people coming in. Just give you a little background before we start. And it is on your turn, to.
Oh, I just
Yeah.
prepare note because I sometimes I don't know what should I express myself in English well because I originally from China and I've been here 3 years something. So I just hope you don't mind.
Please take it slow and we will help you wherever you need it.
Okay, thank you. And I good evening everyone and really appreciate your time here. And yeah, just want to say I'm a resident of this town. I really like it, and everything is peaceful, lovely, and always praising the town and all the work I know you guys do is a lot of works and for our community. Thank you so much about that. I feel very safe and happy to be here. And I'm here today for the parking tickets I received recently. I just want to explain what happened that day. That day I came to the town hall actually for checking my tax bills because I used to not to do these things. My husband handle everything, so I'm learning how to do it. But I don't want to miss any taxes about my vehicle and silver or tax and also property tax. So I want to check the deadlines. But when I arrived, my friend texted me about, oh, she bring me 2 pots of little flowers. I don't know if that's shown in the picture. So I just go across the street. I just thought, she's so kind, and she just bring me some flowers I want to plant in the property in the yard. So I went to get the flower, and then I think I go back here, but because I have little conversation with her, so that's the reason maybe it takes longer time than I thought. So I'm sorry about my mistake, and I thought to put back the flower in my car, then come back to here to check everything, and which I did later. So, but I see the ticket on my car. I was so surprised, and I went to ask a officer, and because this is my first time, I don't have any experience. I don't know how to handle this. So then he was very kindly. He suggested me, if you want to explain and anything happen, you can just write a letter so to see what we can do for you. I was so I did that, and also right after I go to the next door to confirm my taxes. So that deadline is I think is this month or like before August, which is I just paid yesterday. So I go check if I owe any money from before, because I know some taxes I have to pay half a year, not 1 year. So I just want to make sure. But the visit was very, very helpful. I appreciate that. And I truly don't mean to violate any rules, and I hope you all consider waiving the fine as my first time mistake. And thank you for all of your time and understanding. In the future, I'll be sure to follow all parking rules from now on. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very well.
So sorry.
I would like to invite any questions, discussion. Does anybody have any?
I was a little unclear in the beginning. So you pulled in, did you first go into the town hall or did you go across the street first?
So I planned to come here first, but my friend texted me to get the flower. So
Oh, she texted you. Okay, got that.
thought maybe I just go quickly and come back. But I just have small talk with her and send her. So we have a little conversation, maybe, I don't know, 10 or 20 minutes. I'm not sure. So
Where across the street? Is she directly across from the town hall?
directly, and actually she was right outside of Cheese Table, the restaurant.
Oh, chef's,
Change
Cheese
it.
Table. Yeah,
Ching's table. Okay, got it. Yeah,
Down
correct.
there waiting for me, yes. So
Mhm.
Would
I
you
see.
like to share
Sure.
what his, or do you need to finish questions? I don't want to interrupt.
No, well, I do actually, to follow up to Katie's question, because that was my question as well. I was unclear which came first, the flowers or the taxes. And at any rate, all right, so we've established that. And then you did in fact go in and had the conversation with the person at the tax office and clarified your questions relating to your vehicle taxes. All right. And so when you came back, at that point, it was 2:41 p.m. and you had already received the ticket. You had been parked there for, let's just say, you say 10 to 20 minutes, so let's just say 20 minutes. So you got there at, just a little before 2:30, and and then you got the ticket, and then Mike, then you went into town hall afterwards. So Mike, why don't you let us know what your observations were?
Well, for that day, it was June 2nd. Like I said, the young lady parked her vehicle in the corner of Town Hall lot by the stop sign. The very, if you can see from the ticket, the first space next to the stop sign, and got out the car and walked towards Town Hall. And we have what we call how the sidewalk is set up. We call it a fork because the sidewalk forks. And in the fork, the young lady walked to the street side of the sidewalk, which took her to the front of the building, past Town Hall, went across the street, like she said, and went to the restaurant. 20 minutes or so later, maybe 30 minutes, she returned with some bags. She had two big bags, came the same route, walked back across the street, back up the sidewalk, directly to a car, put the stuff in the back of the car, the two bags in the back of the car, got in her car, got in her car, closed the door, and attempted to, I guess, start the car or what have you. I don't know if that actual started the car, but she did get in the car, closed the door, realized she had a ticket, got out the car, or something on the front of her car, not noticed the ticket. She saw something on the front of the car, got out the car, went around, grabbed the ticket, looked at the ticket, circled around, walking in the parking lot, just trying to figure out what was, I guess, going on with the ticket or what was happening with the ticket. At that same time, I was dealing with another individual who received a ticket in Town Hall for parking in Town Hall. They ended up coming out as she was still as the young lady was still in the parking lot, and they had a conversation because that young lady just got a ticket as well, and I would say that the conversation had to be about the ticket because I don't think they knew each other. They talked, then they finally separated, and this young lady decided to come in and come straight to the parking department. This is her first time coming into the office, come straight to the parking department. That's what she met me, and I instructed her as far as what she wanted to do after hearing her story about what she said she was here to do, as she was in Town Hall for, I guess, for the taxes. I don't really remember what her reason of being in Town Hall was, but she said it was for the taxes or what have you. And from that, I said, well, you can write the appeal, which she did, and explain that she came into Town Hall first. So whatever the appeal says, what have you. After she finished the appeal, went to the tax department, spoke with Janice, from the tax department, who came up to her and helped her, looked in the computer briefly, and then she left the building, got in the car, and drove off.
I see.
Yeah.
Huh.
And
So go ahead, Katie.
okay, my question is to Gun. Do you, you were coming to check and see when property taxes were due? Is that, or auto tax, whatever, property? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, because I do remember some taxes pay half a year. I don't know what the deadline is because from what I know from my friend experience, they get fined, but from other town or other city. So I just don't want that. So I just want to make sure, and because I was close by, so I just come here and my friend texted me. Yeah, which I just finished to pay yesterday.
Right, because we
When
all
you-
just got the tax notice. I think it came
Right.
the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you came back with your packages from Ching's Table, and you went straight to your car, was your intent to put the packages in the car, then go, I mean, because it sounds like you came back, got into the car and closed the car door.
So I don't remember what happened, but normally I have water in my car. Sometimes I drink water, and sometimes I have my bag in the car. Maybe I check my ID or whatever, or grab my phone. I don't remember, but I didn't turn on my car. That's the point. I didn't about to leave. So I just want to explain this. Thank you.
So is that what you recall, Mike, that the car was not in fact turned on? I was unclear in your retelling of.
Well, the like Katie asked, is like you said, she got in the car and like she was gonna leave. I can't really tell from our system if you know how when you get in the car, you hit the brake to start the car.
Yeah.
It looks like it illuminates, but it's kind of fuzzy with that detail. The detail is kind of fuzzy on certain objects or what have you, but that was the gesture. Like I said, so it's like you get in the car, doors closed, ready to go. Oh, what's that in the car? Get out the car, just opens the door, goes around the door, grabs it, looks in, sees that it's a ticket. So
Got it.
And are you
Wow.
watching this from? Are you watching this from like a video or like inside the
Yeah.
building or?
yeah, we have CCTV around the town, as a matter of fact, the whole town. So it helps us. It helps us with monitoring the lot. We have cameras. We have cameras all around.
So, Mike, how do we feel about people running other errands before or after their business in town hall if they're parking in the town hall lot?
In a situation like that, for me, I don't watch that far. Like if somebody came into town hall and I saw them doing business because I could see inside too. We watch because when I tell you, Katie, I write in that period that we're talking, I was writing like 15 tickets a week. Not that's just what I was catching, but more was happening. Like sadly it's a problem in that lot. So that's what it just makes it.
Right.
So you watch it through. So in a situation of somebody coming into the building, you see where they're going. You're like, okay, town clerk. A lot of people coming in for town clerk. People go to the tax. People go wherever for town hall. People come around the back of the building. They go into the building down below, getting permits and things of that nature. But like I said, in this particular situation, it was what it was. So going straight, coming back. I've had people, and to answer your question, and Lola, add to the answer of your question, come through town hall and do the old come straight through. And you watch them and then, the whole thing, and they walk straight out, giving them tickets. They come back, receive their tickets, and said, oh, and leave, knowing, yeah, I did what I did.
Got it.
So what caught your eye here is that she parked and walked directly across the street.
Yes.
And refresh my memory. Is there a time limit on those visitor lot?
We had yes, there are. It's hour parking.
1 hour.
As a matter of fact, to give you more examples of the behavior in that lot, I had a young lady last week park her car. I'm out there writing a ticket on somebody else's car. She parks a white Jeep. Parks the car. I'm writing a ticket against the Human Services building wall. Walks past me as I'm writing the ticket and goes where she goes. I backtrack on it. Make sure I'm doing the right, in the right vehicle, write a ticket. This is like probably like 1 o'clock. She didn't return until 8 o'clock that night.
Ouch.
Ticket, she loses that ticket. We get the ticket back. Tickets, and she has 2 tickets for the overtime as well as for the not in town hall. We have that ticket. I'm out there this week writing another ticket. Who pulls into the lot? The white Jeep, young lady. Walks past me again. Because this time I'm trying to be discreet about it because I'm like, I know the activity of, or the behavior, should I say, of people in that situation. And I try to hide because I wasn't sure this was the person. So I go into the alleyway of the human services, and I'm sitting there, you know, just acting, I'm trying to hide. My self was trying to hide, and I just whatever, and I do the old turn, and she walks by me, and I go and I look at the car, and I go to write the ticket. The previous tickets come up in our system. I said, "Oh, this is the same person." Right, the ticket. She got 3 tickets that day.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, for overtime. And so to answer your question, yeah, it is a
Right.
ticket for overtime parking.
So all in though, like from the time of assuming, well, you saw her. At what point after she left her car and walked across the street did you ticket her? Had she just parked or
So
you?
I gave it some time because I'm like I said, I'm doing a bunch of different things, and you can go back and backtrack and all this other stuff. And I think in this particular situation, and the tape shows it too. It's like it shows her activity, and you know you go from there. You look, I got every angle pretty much of this area. If you-
Right. And what time would you say you left town hall then, Ms. Gow?
I left town hall. I don't remember exactly the time.
2:51.
Oh, so you were only in there for 10 minutes after the ticket was issued. You
Yes.
got your answer to your question that quickly after visiting the parking department and then going to the tax department.
No, I'm sorry, forgive me for cutting in. She was only in the town hall for 3 minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. She got the ticket. She came back to her car at 2:49.
So it took 3 minutes to go into the parking department, get the answers from you relating to the appeal, and then going to the tax department to talk to Janet about her vehicle taxes. That transaction took 3 minutes?
Excuse me, I stand corrected. 10 minutes. You're right. It did take 10 minutes. She left at 3:09. It wasn't 2:51 when she came into the building. I apologize.
So at the end of the day, she was in the spot for an hour or less.
Yeah, no, she was less than an hour. She was less than an hour. The ticket that she's receiving was for not being in town hall.
No, I get it. I get it. And that is, clearly, we don't know. We have to take people at their word, I suspect. That's why we're here. We take people at their word. I mean, you could say, gee, that's really convenient that she realized that she needed to have a question relating to her vehicle taxes, after picking up her flowers from her friend.
No. I'll correct that one. After writing the appeal, she went to taxes after she wrote the appeal.
Right. No, that we're clear on. Yes. Yeah. All right, guys.
Well,
I
this is
think
a tough one, and I think we're all struggling with the same thing, because I mean, of course, if someone has business in town hall, we allow, someone has to run quickly across the street or what have you. So our decision is, do we believe that she truly had business in town hall? So that's what we
Right.
have to decide, which is an uncomfortable thing. I mean, I have no
Correct.
reason to believe that she should be lying or making this up, and I don't think I would feel comfortable adjudicating that.
I agree. And then just, the fact is that regardless of her intention to come to town hall or not, she was in that spot for less than the allotted 1 hour. So we can talk about this. We don't need to adjudicate this with this young lady present. We can move on to
Right.
our parking manager's report, and then we can, discuss this among the quorum present, and then Stacy can let you know how we ruled on this. I think that's probably the best situation.
Thank you.
So we'll ask that you excuse yourself. Thank you so much for making the effort to come down and making the appeal and explaining your situation. And Stacy will be in contact with you very shortly.
Email you.
Thank you all. Thank you all. I after I hear this officer explain everything happened from his work experience, I totally understand. So everybody's, everybody's situation is different, but I get it. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Give.
So I will let you know the outcome. We just have a few more, yeah.
Thank you so much. So,
Yep, that's it. We're good. And then, like I said, I will notify you of their decision through an email, and I might even just ring you just to make sure you get that.
thank you so much. Thank you all. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Night.
Bye, you too.
Thanks. All right, so,
Um,
I
so,
don't,
go ahead, I'm so sorry.
do you have a parking manager report this month, Stacy?
Not to update you, not to update you too much. We're pretty much status quo with everything. Working on getting the permits. Everything seems to be really going smoothly with everything. So, just a busy time of the year for me. We're working through it, and there's really no changes. It's just a matter of me working to get everything all move forward so we can get our commuters and we can all renewed by the time period, and just working on this new initiative. And things are going well but busy, and that's
Right,
really
busy for July especially, right? Yeah,
July, and it'll be busy in August. Yes.
yeah,
this
that's
year
the
for
rub,
wait.
for sure, I hear you. The one thing I didn't mention in that young lady's appeal was that we have, I believe, to my recollection, what's the word now? We voided 2 tickets, if I recall, of people who walked across the street in relatively recent history.
Well, I
Uh,
think one we did because the time period when they parked was like 3:15 and we closed at 3:30. So I think if I recall that one, I think it was only one.
Is that the Marnie Miller? Yeah.
Yeah, that you felt that, okay, you close at 3:30, it's 3:15. They kind of felt that, it was close to closing time, maybe it would have been okay. And I think that's how you felt, if I recall. I will share with you in regards to this young lady and a lot of people who do the same thing. And that's why it makes it very difficult for us, is because in the past, we have always had people who would park in the lot, find a ticket, come in, go in and ask a question, just a random question to any office, whether it's taxes, tax clerk, do you have a map, anything. And then come into the parking department and say, I was in town hall, I just had to run and get something before I came in. Or after, I went first and then came back and had to ask a question. So we are very conscious of that. So we are very conscious of people who actually come into town hall, do their business, and if they need to run across the street or something, they've been in town hall and it's usually a run in and run out. We're not, I don't wanna say that we are not flexible, but we are very flexible, but we also have to be aware that there are a lot of people,
well, maybe you
a
need
lot
to,
of people who park, go other places, spend, even if it's under an hour, someplace else, come back to their car, see the ticket, and now they're gonna come into town hall and say they're in town.
right.
And it's
No, I hear you. I hear you. I think that perhaps that, and this may in fact increase for whatever reasons in the months to come. My guess might be, but have you ever considered having a sign-in sheet when you go into town hall?
That has not been brought up to us. Wouldn't we need, I don't know if they would need somebody, like in every office have a sign-in sheet, so somebody could sign in?
No, but you would have a pad there or an iPad or one of those little electronic things that people have to sign in. I mean, because, look, here, the sign says 60 minutes town hall parking, right? We have had a public precedent of allowing, you know, some of these situations fly. We've just discussed same thing. You come into town hall, but meanwhile you got to run across the street. Sure, fine, that makes sense. But, you know, to basically here and say, we don't believe this young woman, and we believe that she simply, you know, used the idea of clarifying her taxes as a way to get around the tickets. That's uncomfortable. And, you know, especially,
I know it's uncomfortable, but every part of what we looked in and based the facts on indicates that her initial reason for parking was not to come into town hall. Everything that we could see that led us to determine that she should be ticketed because she wasn't in town hall, gave all indications that she was not coming into town hall and only came into town hall when she got a ticket. And again, it is stuff that we watch and we know.
right,
If I can interrupt real quick.
And
The lady that she had the conversation with outside for about 3-4 minutes, whatever the case. I took her ticket back. She relayed that to her. That's why she came in to try to get her ticket taken back.
well, there you go. So
Okay,
here's-
and I also think that you're observing her, my getting into the car and closing her door. If I'm putting things into my car, and even if I wanted to get a drink from my water bottle in the car, I don't think I would get in the car and close the car door if I were merely putting things in before I ran into the town hall. So that was the only part of the story that really made me question.
And as a gardener, I wouldn't put plants in my car and then first and close the door. I would go into town hall and do what I'm doing and then go get my plants. But
I'm also not sure, and you can correct me if anyone remembers, but of the appeals that we have upheld, were they gone for 20 to 30 minutes, or was it just running across the street? I feel like they were just running across the street.
again, only one of them comes to mind that you took back for a town hall on, because we have been
right,
kind of stepping up our patrol of that lot. just
Yeah.
recently.
I thought there was one, or maybe it was the same one where she went into the
And it was a quick.
Chalk College, the one on the corner, Greenology.
Technology,
Yeah.
that was the one that was at 3:15, ran across the street and came back.
Well,
That's the one that
But I guess what makes me still a little bit uncomfortable, I hate we have to decide it, so we have to decide it, is that she did go into the town hall and exact business. So therefore, if we uphold the ticket, we have to say, we don't believe you, and we think that you went in under false pretenses. And it may be, but that's our decision
right.
that we have to make.
And you know, it may not be such a bad idea. Maybe not maybe when you walk in, but maybe when you go into any department, you know, you stand in, there's a clipboard and you sign in like you're going into a
But
senior.
I don't know if that would have helped here, because she did go into the town hall, but after.
Right,
You know, this is a problem probably for every private parking lot, and that is, you know, people run in, they do something quick, and then they head into town with the rest of their errands. Would we ever consider signage that says this is for town hall business only?
It says town hall parking only, doesn't it?
Yes, that's.
Yeah, but how do we communicate that this doesn't mean you can do your business here and then go out the front door and go shopping?
Yeah.
Because it says town hall parking only,
Yeah.
so otherwise you'll be putting up a sign that says town hall parking only, can't go anyplace else. in the
Right.
town.
you go to town hall first.
Yeah.
More concise way we can come up with saying it.
Well, I mean, I
The only thing, The only,
Only in capital letters?
Why did you void the other woman's ticket, Mike?
It was, I was talking to Stacy about this, and I cannot remember what the story was behind it, but it had nothing to do, it wasn't the same situation, it was, I can't remember why it was voided, but that, I appreciate that question, I cannot remember why it was voided, and it only burns me because it was like, okay, you know, you come from a large family. Just tell your ever so lovely mom this. Oh, I miss her so much. Just tell her this, and she'll go for it. And when I saw that, I said, "Oh, she's saying something to her." And lo and behold, she comes in, and like I said, our interaction at the desk, and she was just like, the tax department had nothing. It wasn't what she was coming here to do. I from our interaction, that wasn't the case. She built a story to
Right.
make it work for her, and I almost asked Janice to come because Janice said it. She said no, she just came in and just out of nowhere for that. She wasn't here for that. She asked a question and it was I like guys, I feel just like you do. Like I was like, she's like, I couldn't believe she actually went through with this. But once again, our interaction when she was writing an appeal, it was about I can't you can't do anything about this. I said, no, because she was lying to me. So I had to stand the ground. Like you're lying to me.
Okay, so you believe that she was
I did.
telling
I
a bold-faced
knew
untruth.
I knew it was a bold-faced untruth because I saw it. But I I write a lot. I write a lot of tickets, and
All right.
we're very flexible with it. We are very flexible.
That's the most convincing thing I've heard because I'm not, you work for the town of New Canaan. You've been here forever. You do your job, you know your job. We trust you. And if
if
that's,
somebody comes in who legitimately really has, we are not going to say.
Not at all.
Like if they, like we
Right.
just went across the street, I was in here for a half an hour with, we
no, I hear you.
have been doing this long enough
Yeah.
to know,
What's the
to know who is actually in town hall, who actually just ran quickly someplace and came back, okay, was in town hall, just like said, okay, I'm just gonna try to find a parking spot to run over there. I literally, okay, or somebody that legitimately parked in that lot, had no intention of coming into town hall whatsoever. Utilized that lot for whatever they needed to, went back to their car, saw the ticket, and now is trying to do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like you, where we hate to be accusatory of somebody, of making up a story, but trust me when I tell you, we see it all day long.
Yep.
Well,
I hear you.
Unfortunately, all day long. With
Yeah.
everything, and not just with this.
I feel comfortable with adjudicating this on the basis of the fact that she went across the street, she was there for 20 to 30 minutes, she came back to her car, she put her packages into the car, she got into the car, she closed the car door. To me, that says someone's getting ready to leave and then open the door because there was a ticket. I would be comfortable upholding the ticket based on that, because if I had business to take care of in town hall, I would throw my bags in the back of the car and close the door and head toward town hall.
Nancy?
Well,
I'll
do
take
that
my
first.
plans with me.
Right, or do that first.
Sure.
Or do that first.
Right, right.
Can we ask, can we look at text timestamps?
No, I just think that's getting great.
But that was sort of
Right. No,
her
she,
story. She said she was, about to come
oh,
into
my
town
friend happened
hall,
to text me.
and
Yeah.
my friend just texted me.
Conveniently across the street
Right.
from town hall.
So, Mr. Carl, you've been, typically as you
Strangely
tend to be
quiet.
quiet. So-
I'm sorry, I'm sorry before you talk to Mr. Carl, I've written several tickets for Ching's Table in Town Hall.
Oh, well, yeah.
The employees who she went to see over there, I've written tickets for them as well. To the point where they come to me like, "Wow, you wrote that so fast." I'm watching. I'm sitting here watching you. Park your car in the corner, walk down the back alley, and come back to the car. It's the wrong word is out about parking in Town Hall. You would think after writing over 100 tickets in the past 2 months that people wouldn't park there, but people are still parking it, trying to get away with it.
I'm
Interesting.
gonna be honest. When I park when at like I don't know 6, 7 at night, that's where I park to pick up my chicken stable.
As you should. Close.
It's fine.
It's closed. That's
It's
fine.
fine.
But when it's
That's
open,
at 6, 7 at night.
Yeah.
thank you for bringing that up. We didn't have AC on. We didn't have AC on Monday, so Town Hall was closed, and the parking lot was a free fall. We didn't monitor it at all because we're closed. So help yourself. But when it's open, it was told to us to monitor the lot, and if it's not Town Hall business, like I said, I've seen people walk through, do the whole walkthrough, like in this suspicious looking around, like inching up and this, okay, I'm going for it. And run through, run through the door. Straight out, down Main Street, wherever they're going. I'm doing donuts in the parking lot sometimes just to go to validate where they're going, because they could be running out the front. I got the one young lady who did you guys have that? Did she appeal? The one who said her child, she had to take her child to the health department. Yeah, there was a young lady who tried to tell that story, but she never called us back to follow up with it.
I will share with you one thing in regards to this young lady. When Mike was giving his statement, she did not dispute anything that he was saying. She did not say she didn't get into her car. She didn't say she didn't take the ticket until she was asked. And she didn't even dispute the fact that she met somebody else in the lot and exchanged some conversation. So
She also she also didn't know I wrote the ticket, as she's telling me in writing this appeal.
Oh, I see. That's interesting.
Let me hear your story. What happened? Oh, okay. Remember when Mom used to do that to you, Katie? I'm teasing. But yeah, it was like I said, when you want to lie, and I'm sorry, I don't mean it. Sweet young lady. I was surprised even when she didn't want to have the meeting next month. I said she really wants to do this, and here we are.
So, Kevin and Nancy, do you have decisions?
So I don't know how to deal with this because she's like my direct neighbor.
Oh, boy,
Yeah.
recusal.
I think I'm gonna have to refuse to vote on this, right?
Oh, well, if you can't vote, then we can't vote.
we're recording.
Are we recording?
Yep.
Alrighty, so Katie asked where I was, and I've kind of gone full circle. I started off being, okay, well, she was within the 60 minutes. At 60 minutes, she did, she went into Town Hall regardless of, the order of it. Then when Mike said, and I believe him and I trust him and he's done this. And so, our job is to, support the people who are on the front lines and, so I was like thinking, okay, fine, then we will uphold the ticket. And that's kind of where I was. But the fact that Kevin, if we do believe that there's a situation where Kevin has to recuse himself because he knows the appellate, and where she did, by the letter of the sign, 60 minutes, go to Town Hall, I'd say that we probably void it.
So Nancy, now you're convincing me also, and I think that's also sort of where I started out. But as much as, you know what, Mike and Stacy, I'm sure the frustration, and I also understand the frustration of the doing business somewhere else and just putting your toe inside the door to say, I did business here, you know, if that was the situation. But on face value, she did go in and do business, and we can tighten up how we monitor the lot. We can maybe improve the signage somehow to make it clear that going to do business in other businesses outside of town hall won't be tolerated.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or like
Not
a sign that says like under survey, like park
Lot
town,
under
yeah,
surveillance,
lot
yeah.
under surveillance or something.
And Kevin, my apologies, but are you not comfortable with making a decision? I just want to make sure that I have that correct in my understanding.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, I would,
I
yeah.
don't want however you feel,
Well, I mean, I've never really came into this situation before, so I mean, I don't know if Nancy or Katie have either, so.
No, I think we've had people we've known, but it was an easier adjudication of the situation
Mhm.
where that wasn't a factor. Where this, we're sort of getting into, is she telling the truth? And that's makes it more uncomfortable if it's someone that you're
Right.
a neighbor, understandably.
And then, but we do at that moment, you know, we have to rely on the, you know, expertise of the professional who manages the situation, which is why I came
Right?
circle. So, and I just think given the situation, and then we're on notice now, this is a public, I don't know whether or not it'll get picked up. But, you know, very clearly state that I think it's really an interesting fact, Mike. You said, how many tickets have you written in the past, 2 weeks in town hall? I think that's the bigger lesson here, that, you know, people were on notice that, yes, we're under, you know, town hall lot is under surveillance. It's being very closely monitored. Don't even think about parking there unless you have town hall business, period, end of story.
But I think where people can read into it, and it really isn't clear, even if it just says town hall business only, is maybe there's like one of those square red and white secondary signs under it that says, if you need to visit other businesses, you will need to move your car in order to do that, or something. There's a concise way of saying that, but make it really clear. And then the people who just run through town hall, that, you know, they can't
Right.
even say. It's like, no,
Well,
you have to come
right.
in, your
It's
business. and go
violators
park
will
in the
be
municipal
towed.
lot.
Yeah, violators will be towed. Town
Because
hall business.
it's very tempting, I'm sure, for everybody to go pick up food, to go do their Pilates, and get their nails done, what have you.
Pilates is like 10 a week.
Oh, easy. Well, yeah, and that's clearly outside of the 60-minute, you know, window as,
No. Excuse me. It's because it's 60 minutes is why Pilates parks it. They get back in their 60 minutes. Like it's boom boom and they're back. They park there, they go to Pilates and they come back.
I bet they all paid their dog licenses in the month of June too.
No, it's. I just don't know the schedule. I know it's like 9:30 sometimes, 10. I don't know. It's just it's only two of us, so. You know.
Okay, so where are we going with this? Nancy? Or
Yep.
fearless
well, I
leader?
kind of said, I mean, do I have to say it again? I might change my mind. No.
I
But
think you already changed your mind and you made me change my mind.
oh boy,
no, we're going to,
one recusal.
Plants in the back of the car. Ooh.
I know. Oh,
Mike, are you gonna be mad at us?
No, not. Yes,
no, I think the bigger lesson is literally, like I said, I mean, it's that, you know, okay, fine.
Well,
Enough-
I wouldn't be mad because I know she's guilty. So, I if you don't think she's guilty of what she received the ticket for, that's your opinion. That's fine. That's
what
all we
you're
have to
here
say.
I'll tell you honestly what I feel. I
I mean-
honestly feel that it does not make sense. She got back into the car and closed the door. But then she did go in and do town hall business. And even if it looked like it wasn't legitimate business, in order to deny her appeal, we have to make the accusation of lying, and we have to be comfortable with that.
Here's probably something that could help Nancy change her mind. I'll give you that she did town hall business, but she was ticketed with the time that she was ticketed, she wasn't doing town hall business. So it's like a little bit of both. Because I'll even go with what Katie's saying. She got in the car, then oh wait, I gotta go to town hall. Then she went into town hall.
I forgot. I forgot that.
The ticket reminded me.
But
Yeah.
the ticket was given for her not being in town hall. So we're kind of both right.
I don't know.
But she got the ticket for not being in
So
town
now,
hall.
Katie, it sounds like you came around again. So I'm going to follow. Katie and I will be on a mind meld here. So now we're going to uphold the ticket. Is that what we're thinking? Even though I have now just completely gone 180 degrees.
I'm not gonna be mad at anybody if that helps. Katie, I'm not gonna be mad.
You are
Actually, Nancy, I didn't go full circle. I'm still of the mindset that she did go do town hall business. And even though it looks like it was an afterthought to get out of the ticket, if we uphold the ticket, that is implicitly making a different accusation that I'm not 100% comfortable making.
I'm not either. And and here's the thing, like I
But the
said,
ticket was written in good faith, Mike, absolutely.
Yes.
Because
I think
she went and was doing other business.
The change at 241.
I think that if we're really, really clear about town hall business only, then it can say 60-minute town hall parking, but there should be a sign underneath that says violators will be towed.
Well, I think the secondary sign needs to make clear that they can't do any other business outside of the town hall.
That's what
It can't be town
what
hall
that
plus.
says. That's what that says. It's a very,
I would read that ambiguously if I wanted to.
oh, no, it's town
Town
hall
hall business only. I did town hall business.
only, violators outside of town hall business, meaning you go across the street, before, after, or in between,
Yeah.
that's that. But we want to send a message and we want to make it clear that parking in town hall will not be tolerated. We've issued X number of tickets over a very concentrated period of time. That needs to be on the public record. Tell me again, it was what, 100 tickets in 2 weeks? Is that what you just said?
No, about 2 months worth.
2 months. That's a lot, though. I mean, and you said it's, yeah. I mean, are we comfortable with that where, now we're very publicly stating that town hall parking is for town hall and anything outside of that will be, ticketed? And
Well, the only question would be from me, since I'm the one that stands at the window when they come in. And they say that they come in after doing their business someplace else and they go in to ask a question someplace else and then come to me and say I was in town hall. Yeah, you're right, you were in town hall after you got the ticket. I mean, this is where we start running into that gray area where
well, there wouldn't be a gray area.
And then they came in.
I think we're going to have to live with a certain level of people doing this because it's going to happen. And, we do have the time limit and I mean, is there any, I mean, should the time limit be less? I mean, do
Uh.
people spend more than 30 minutes in the town hall? That's kind of
There
hard.
are- They do,
Let's
yeah,
keep that safe.
that there
Yeah,
they attend meetings, yes.
Yeah,
I mean, during the day
Yes.
before 3:30? Okay.
Yes.
I mean, the girl with the white Jeep, she needs 7 hours, so.
So whatever, you know, again, you are the commission, it is
Yes.
your decision, and we were gonna leave it at that. So whatever you guys decide.
okay, so
All right,
Kevin, wait a minute, wait a minute. So, Kevin, if you didn't know the appellate, I should say, or appellee, what would you say? I have a
Gosh.
feeling you'd say uphold the ticket.
Nope,
I don't know. I think. I don't know. It's a tough question because like I think we haven't every single one of these like appeals are always tough. Some are easier, but this one is especially hard because again, like you said, it's determining if someone's lied or not. And I don't know.
Okay, did I already say this? I've flip-flopped so many times, I don't remember my last position. But I
Yeah.
feel like at this moment, sort of in line with what I just said, that we're gonna have to be comfortable with, you know, people are going to do this. Again, she did go into town hall. And so therefore, at this moment, I'm sort of leaning toward we should void the ticket because she
And
went
we
to town hall.
Yeah, and we have avoided tickets in the past. Like I think there's someone who went to grab a coffee before they went into town hall, but I don't know if they went out to their car after
I
they got
think
the
that
coffee.
that was more legit, I don't want to say more legitimate business, but I think she really did. Oh, and then didn't she go in and her
business.
office was already closed?
Yeah, something like that.
A business in town hall was to ask about the ticket. And
No,
then
in this case,
No,
we're
she
talking
said
about
it
the
was-
previous case.
I'm sorry.
The tax.
Yeah, I think she like grabbed a coffee when town hall was open, and then she walked back,
And it
checked
was
the
closed.
door, and it was clocked.
Right. Okay, here's another little loophole. This is true. This young woman sat in front of us and said, both on her written, affidavit and in her recitation to us, that she went in with a tax question. And the truth is, she did not go in with a tax question. She went in with a parking question and then decided to go have a tax question. That's the order of events. Yes?
Yes.
But she did, I mean, even though it may have been fabricated or added on to make it look legitimate, she did go and ask a tax question, right?
But she says, "Good afternoon. I was at town hall today for tax inquiries." That
Right,
she didn't,
right.
she went to town hall. She didn't go to town. That was not her intent, right?
Well, but again, but that she's
Yeah.
saying it's her intent. So if we deny the appeal, we are saying that we have to be comfortable with the fact that we are saying we don't believe you. Because she did go in the town hall, it doesn't matter what order she did things, she did go into the town hall with a tax question.
Right, ultimately. And so that's why, even in her telling of it, and in Mike's, telling of it, again, he said she came in, A, she spoke with the first person, B, she went in and had the appeal question, and then C went in with the tax question. And Mike has done this for a long time, and he can smell, a ruse when he smells one. So that is also,
if I can complicate things more, if you wanna just look at what her actual intent was initially and base it, not what she did after, but what her initial intent was to do in that parking lot. And to me, her initial intent was to park in that parking lot and go someplace else. And what
Right.
came from that was just because of what transpired.
Right.
She got a ticket, so what happened after that?
But
Well-
the extenuating circumstances are that she ran into somebody whose ticket had just been voided. We are on public record that we've allowed people to do other business, you know, so it is, you can go either way here, you know, and that's where I'm feeling like,
Also, to be honest, if you walk into town hall, one of the first departments that you run into, if you're going to randomly walk into town hall, is the parking commission,
Right.
or the parking department.
correct. Or Stacy. She
Yeah, or
knows.
Stacy. I think every single time I go to town hall, it's like the first thing I do.
Ever walking in.
So I think the question is, do we, you know, are we the kinder, gentler parking commission that, you know, says, okay, fine, this is, we're gonna void this ticket because of all these things we've discussed now for an hour on a 2-item agenda that we all thought was gonna be done in 5 minutes. You know,
We
or,
pinched ourselves when we said that initially.
right. Or are we going to, you know, make this the example to reinforce the now also publicly stated fact that there is no parking at town hall outside of town hall business, period, end of story. So that's where it comes down to. So how do we want to,
Well, and I think that we're going to decide either we uphold the ticket and that sets the example, or
right,
this is the last one that this is the last appeal that we uphold, and we're never doing it again, you know?
right. Well, it's probably wiser to set an example.
Because the message is definitely not getting out to people that we are monitoring this lot in the fashion that we are, and that people are
Right,
still just trying to still do parking way in the corner, parking. We have a sign in the lot, town hall parking, and there's an arrow, and there's a space after it because that's where the dumpster used to be, and people park there and tell you, well, I wasn't. The sign is pointing this way, so technically I can go wherever. And I'm like, man, you're in town hall lot. This is town hall lot.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
but people
What,
they park there to do business elsewhere.
to me, it's surprising that you write 14 tickets a week for that one lot. I mean, what are the numbers for the other lots look like?
That it's up and down, but we're kind and gentler, so we try to educate more than anything, and this is probably writing tickets in that lot is you can't really educate except for with a ticket.
So, Stacy, if Nancy and I think we should uphold the ticket and Kevin votes that we should
Okay,
uphold her appeal, what happens?
well, Kevin's recusing himself. He's not voting on this. Am I
Oh,
correct?
so that's been decided. Okay.
Okay, so if you and both,
So can 2 people vote? And
yes, if you're on the, yes.
yeah, okay, we didn't have to have a minimum number, like, because we had a
No,
quorum, now we don't.
Right, I think what happens is very rare, and it hasn't happened in a while, that if there's only 2 people voting and you're on opposite sides, for less than a better way of saying it, or you're just a difference of opinions, I think the parking commission has always leaned in favor of the appealee.
The tie goes to the runner.
Right. If you don't wanna look at, the appealee will get the benefit of the doubt at that point. And that's how it's been.
Okay, I think that she got into her car and she closed the door and she was intending to leave the lot, and therefore the ticket was given to her justly. Nancy?
I, I couldn't agree more.
Okay,
And
So
I recuse myself.
Yep,
So at 8 or 9 PM, the present members of the Parking Commission have decided to uphold the violation given to the appellate who previously presented her case.
okay, 2 to uphold, 1 recusing. Perfect,
Thank you, guys.
all right, thank you.
that was
Man,
easy.
Yeah.
whoa, that was, woof.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, yeah,
It's definitely not personal towards it's never personal.
yeah,
So let me clear that up. But I get where you guys are coming from with it. The message has to be given. It has to be given. That's what I like that towards when you said that, Nancy. It's like we have to. Or was it? I don't know who said it, but it was. We have to send the message that
Right.
there's a sign. Yeah, there are plenty of signs in town. I mean, like
But
so should we?
yeah.
So we're gonna change that sign. Should we
Right.
change the handicap sign saying the person has to be in a car with the handicap sticker? Like there's so many signs we can do, but nobody's reading signs.
there are some takeaways. I mean, and we've talked about this for a long time. The signage does need to be made clearer. And if there are going to be, if there is this crackdown, then, either there's a under video surveillance sign or a violators will be towed sign or some other expression of how to make it clearer that it's town hall business only. That's number one, for sure. And, as we undergo these, coming changes in the parking scenario in town, we're going to have to make sure that we are very, very clear, throughout with our signage. So that
All on that same page.
as stated. And actually, the number 2 takeaway here, that is that I think, Stacy, if you could revise the appeal form to have them include their email address as she so kindly included, I think that would be a really good idea.
Oh, we do have the email address on the bottom
Oh,
of the.
there it is, because I saw that she put it on the bottom. She
I
added
know, that's how I know we did that, there's a line, I wrote that in on the
on the
form.
bottom, but
And on
now,
the bottom, So
no,
that's.
so we can, but we should just add that to the form.
Yep. So.
All
Perfect,
right, guys. Woof.
all right. Okay, so,
Well, thank you.
thank you, let's make what time is it?
I'll
It's
make a motion
8:11
to.
PM. I'm gonna ask
I'll
for a
make a
motion.
motion to end.
Thank you.
I second the motion to end.
All righty then. This meeting is concluded. It's 8:12 PM. And I thank you all for your
Thank you so
input.
much for,
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Stacy.
coming, Mike. Thank you,
Bye.
Stacy.
Nice to meet
Bye.
you.
Where's
Take
my
care.
thing? I don't know where I am. Okay, bye.